lock in on the things that you need to lock in on. Literally just do it. Get rid of all the distracting social media, all the things that are pulling you away from your work. Because imagine all the things that you can get done when you're locked in. Imagine every single more task that you can be like, you will be so much more productive. So much more productive than if you were like checking your phone every hour. If you were like on Instagram or Snapchat or X or Facebook or TikTok, YouTube during the day, during the work hour. Because it is so easy to be distracted and have your mind switched off and then on, and then it takes you a bit to re-lock in. What if you just stayed locked in? Not saying that you can't get up, go walk around, go take like a bathroom break, go drink some water, do whatever, go talk with people. Be my guest. What I'm saying is, what if you put away those small distractions that we choose to pick up? And I say we, because I'm guilty of this. I'm so guilty of this too. I've just realized that I really try not to be on Instagram, but Instagram is like my one like kryptonite that like I just like looking on Instagram, and like the feeds and the reels and the pictures, like too much. Very guilty of being on that. And during the workday, I would catch myself like scrolling on TikTok when I would get frustrated, going on Instagram when I just didn't want to do my work, and like scrolling on YouTube reels. Yes, all the time. And as less and less, I ended up deleting TikTok, at least off my phone, and I feel like I've been a lot more focused. And I don't usually have Instagram on unless I'm like legit like taking a break. Then I'll like download it onto my phone. But like I've been like really trying to be very intentional of like what I give my attention to during the workday, because I have been able to get so many things done. Like a lot of like my files have been done and all this other stuff, but like my screen time, well, I call, so in FaceTime. So like today, it was because of the call. It was like 4 hours because I had like a call for like an hour, like 40 minutes. But yeah, definitely like 30 minutes on YouTube, and yeah. But what I'm saying is it would be a lot worse if I had Instagram directly on my phone and TikTok directly on my phone. And the way the things that you do is basically just like a description of how productive you are, of like what you do during your day. And I just feel like I'm able just to actually focus and not have those like mental distractions of social media during the workday. Don't get me wrong, I like to do it like outside of the work, but like from like I try super duper hard from like my 9 to 5 being locked in, besides like my like 30 minutes of like lunch that I like take. But you know, and I've just felt a lot more productive. I feel like I've been able to get a lot more things done, and I feel like mentally better too when I'm like focused. That I'm not like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore, I just want to scroll my phone. Like when I don't give myself that option to like scroll on my phone, do this, do that, blah blah blah, then I just don't do it. Like if it's not an option, then you just don't do it. And I think when you realize that, then you can actually like lock in, then you don't have the distractions. Like one of like I did, it's called like a seminar class for like underclassmen, and I was like there, and like one of like the upperclassmen, or I should say underclassmen, they were like, as like tips like freshmen, they were like, yeah, I literally put my phone on my other room, like I put it away to like get stuff done. And literally, like, I use my phone during the day to like text my PhD student, so I'm like in business mode. And so it's like, that's not necessarily like texting. And I think texting up like a business mode type of thing. And it's just so, I think, important to be able to lock in when you need to be on business mode and be able to flip a switch like that. Because I don't know, I just think it's so important to be able to do that. Like, you can put away all your personal problems, you can do all this, like you can literally just shut out everything and focus on the task at hand. And no questions asked, you just do it, you find your ways, you figure it out, and you do it. And you do it, and you do it, and you do it. That's all you have to do. And it's like, when you don't give yourself that option to not do it, or to do it, then it's like, here, let's take the easy way out. Let's not focus on the hard thing right now. Let's focus on the easy thing right now, which then makes it harder in the long term. Do you want an easy life now to have a harder life in the future? Or do you want to have a harder life now to work your butt off to then have a nicer lifestyle? And I think so often we sacrifice our present self, the present convenience, to be able to have something easier now, to then, like I said, sacrifice long term. Short-term sacrifices mean long-term wins. I'm not saying burnout, and I'm not saying that. I'm saying when you are doing your work, do your work. When you're not doing your work, please do not do your work. Like, I was literally thinking, I was like, oh, I can just submit a few scripts. Oh, I can just do a little bit of that. But I'm like, no, I'm clocked out. I'm not doing this. I'm not gonna try to do extra things when I don't have to. Because when I work, I work. And when I don't work, I do not work at all. And it just gave me a different perspective. And the importance of being able to have that one, self-discipline, and two, know what you want and want what you know. Or I should say, know what you want, but then don't necessarily know what you want and want what you know. You don't necessarily have to want what you know. You will want your Instagram. You will want your social media. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying inappropriate timing. And I think it's just like taught me the importance of locking in. Like, I have to lock in all the time for school. And I'm like, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I have to do this. But like, when I can lock in for school, school's chill. Do I like to because it's so frequent? No. Do I kind of like this better because I have a specified time frame? Yeah. But life isn't always like that. You don't get to choose when you log in and log out. But what you do get to choose is how you use your time in that period. And I think when you can set yourself up for success, that's how you do it. By not giving yourself the option for the easy way out, but to do the hard things now to then have the easier part later. Like, I'm just thinking, like, even if I pursue like this PhD, like, I hope if I continue here at like this internship, like, I can be able to get in that way by working really hard when I do, to be able to prepare myself for the future and help give that future Emma that leg up. Like, and like, the only reason why I had this opportunity was from the past couple of years of doing my previous internships solely and fully. Like, one of my internships, I did like more computational work, and then last year, you guys know, I did like wet lab work. And then like just like my past other like jobs that I've done, like I guess you would call them internships, like working with people, talking with people, giving like tours. All these things are building up to be able to give me this one opportunity today that I had that I could put on my resume and that I could talk about. And like, you just gotta lock in when you need to. That's all I can literally say. Because it'll pay off in the long term. I promise you. Like, ask any person that you know who has worked their butt off and who like ask them and like be like, was there ever a time in your life that you wish you didn't work as hard to be able to get something that you wanted? Okay, maybe not like that, but like, because there's people that have worked hard and they're like, man, I wish I didn't work as hard, but then they're like successful. But regardless, I'm just saying, part of the journey is working hard. Some people might regret working that hard. And I think there has been lines in the sand that were drawn for them that they ignored. But before you see that line of working too hard, work super hard, but then take your easy days easy to avoid burnout, to avoid that unceasing cycle of overdoing it with the lack of rest. So I want to leave you with this. I literally could not tell you if I've already said that or not. Eliminate the distractions. Take away every single thing that could take away your attention from the task at hand. Because the more you set yourself up for success, the less distractions that you will have to then better perform, to then better be able to do the things that you've been actually wanting to do to a T. Don't do it for anybody else. Don't do it for whoever. Do this hard work for you. Because in the long run, you and I both know you are hardworking. So do the hard work for you. Because you will reap the reward. Good for thought.